Hello and welcome to Kumoon, a ballistic physics puzzle. This is another one of these games I've been picking up as part of bundles, and I thought it might make an interesting little video. Before we go too far, we'll take a quick look at the settings menu. Over here, we're actually going to trim the music a bit because I've already trimmed it on the recording, but for me that's still a bit loud. Hopefully you can all still hear that. Controls, you'll see you don't necessarily get a great deal to play with here, and it's not particularly well explained precisely what all of these are. So we've also got graphic options. You can either play first or third person view. You've got some VSync, shadows, anti-aliasing. You can go full screen or not. I'm actually stretching the image on the video, but on my screen this is a rather small view that I'm looking at. I did a quick check before recording and it said about 750 by 400, which isn't brilliant on a more modern monitor, but we'll cope. You've got some advanced options here. FOV slider, always nice to see. Direct light, transparency, bloom and HUD. And you have a choice of a couple of different languages here. In fact, you have quite a lot of different languages. There isn't that much text in the game, so I suppose it makes sense to try and have as many as possible. And then you've got the option for virtual reality. I imagine this is the sort of game that could be played quite nicely on a VR headset, but that's not what we're going to be doing today. We're going to quickly go into the game and we're going to play through the tutorial levels just to show you the kind of introduction this game gives. So this is us here, this little robot, and I can switch between first person and third person, and here is the most explanation that you're going to get on any of your and again, this is the sort of thing that I imagine if you have a nice VR headset, you can look at it slowly, but hopefully from that you can see the main options. We have the option to shoot balls around the place. Whee! You also have the option between slow and full speed, and you can jump, and that's pretty much... Ooh, hello. Have balls. That's pretty much the extent of your controls, and you'll normally find something like this. I assume Sea Liquid by Eraser is the music. We have some sort of FPS counter that's hovering nicely at 60. We have a ball counter. You should always have a ball counter. We require more balls. And a score, which is 0 out of 0. And that actually makes a bit more sense in the upcoming levels. So let's head for the exit here, which is over here. And there you go, he's very happy that we've completed the level. So this is the next level. Oh, ran over that one. And as you can see, this time we have a score of 1 out of 16, which we got the 1 by knocking this about, and there are 15 left, of which you can see 12 there. What we're going to do is we're going to charge! Take out half of them. And this is essentially what the game is. You have to get sufficient points by knocking these down to progress to the next level. Now there is actually an achievement for this level that I haven't got yet, which is complete the level without shooting any balls. What I assume you have to do is charge these so that they bounce up there and do it that way, but for now we're just going to go for the basics, assuming I can actually hit anything. Again, because I imagine you'll be able to see this little red marker in front of me. Unfortunately, because I am playing in windowed mode, I can't see it, and so there we go. It's a bit harder to get precise shots off. I wonder if I just alt-tab out for a moment. Oh, it will actually let me manually drag the window to a larger size. That's helpful. That might make this a little bit easier. Yeah, that's better. Right, so as the thing on the wall suggests, what you need to do is bounce off the wall to hit the boxes. And you'll see the number on the boxes changes. And the number that's on there when the ball hits it is the score you're going to get. So if that one had hit, I'd get 3 points per box knocked over. And let's just see if we can get a nice multiplier going. Oh, bit too far. There we go, we'll take 4 per thing, which gives us a score of 24 out of 14. And we've now completed that level. So this is where I've got to in the game at the moment. This is in the medium section. And as you'll see, there are 10 boxes dotted around the level, and we need a minimum score of 15 to proceed. So we can afford to do that. Then maybe do that. And this is essentially what the game is. You have to get a high enough score to proceed to the next level. You have some Steam achievements along the way for things like high scores, completing all the levels. As I said, there's one earlier for completing that tutorial level without shooting anything that at some point I'd like to get back to, but right now I haven't really found the motivation for it. Oh, arse. Oh, hello. Take 2 on that. It's worth bearing in mind, if you hadn't already noticed, that it's only if you bounce off one of the blue walls that you... That was surprisingly disappointing, all things considered. that you get a bonus multiplier for your emotes, presumably multiplier. Right, where are the last two? And you know, it's a fun little game for what it is. Okay. I got it as part of insert some bundle off some bundle website that I can't actually remember now. But looking on Steam at the moment, full price it's about £4, and I think you could... Ooh, flip me, this is going to be fun. You could certainly get £4 worth of entertainment out of this. I think one of my main issues I've had with it is the lack of options, but then again, if they are planning to market this as a VR game, then you don't necessarily want masses of option menus, I suppose. So how do we get higher? We go up there, okay. Whee! Oh, balls. Messed that up. This is one of the slightly frustrating bits. And this might just be me, because jumping puzzles are not my natural forte. Arse. But that is the highest your character can jump, which does mean that in fact, I think we're going to go first person for this. Oh, there we go. Ooh. If you do happen to mess up the jump, it can be quite a way back to try again in these later levels. Like I say, this is about halfway through medium. Arse. Okay, so maybe we're not meant to take that jump. Whee! Interesting soundtrack in the background. I actually started playing this game on my laptop where I had the audio disabled, and so it wasn't until I came to play it on the PC that I realised, oh, there's some interesting music that goes with it. Not sure it's necessarily my cup of tea, but it's certainly interesting. He says, trying to take attention away from his terrible jumping skills in a puzzle that a vaguely competent individual probably would have finished by now. But hey ho. I have to say, if this is what it considers medium, I don't know that I'll be completing the hard puzzles. So 18 to 2 is 36. So for at least some of these, we're gonna need to try and get a 3+ multiplier, which should be doable, question mark, if I kind of aim like that. Or, you know, something like that. I'm kind of hoping and failing to get double ricochet off of that to then get the 3, but it's not really working, is it? Oh, hello. That was helpful. So what, that's a 5 and a 7 we managed? That helps. La 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 la. Suboptimal ball bouncing, it's a common problem in today's modern world. Unfortunately, young people today aren't taught the proper techniques for ball control, and as a result you end up with the let's not fall off the side there and have to try and work our way all the way back up, please. I mean, realistically at this point I only need to be aiming for 2. Oh, won't say no to a 9 though. Ooh, and a 6, which gets me the 6-fold score. There are achievements for getting, I believe it's 3, 6, and 9. I'd already managed 3 and 9, so I was just missing the 6. There we go. Teleport out to the next level, which, flip me, this looks complex. So how do we get to the ones down there, I wonder? Well, that's certainly a good start, I assume. Oh, hello. So 78 times 2 would be 156. So again, we're only really looking for a minimum of 2 per thing. Which shouldn't be too taxing, particularly if we can pick up a few extras along the way. La 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 la. I imagine for some people this would be quite a relaxing thing to play as well. Just listen to the music, bounce your balls. Unfortunately, I'm the sort of person who's terrible at these games, and as a result, probably not your target demographic to have a nice, relaxed, stress-free game of this. But we'll get there in the end. And again, with something like, say, the cardboard thing that you can get for androids, I could imagine that some sort of button on the side to fire, and then as long as you've got some kind of controls, turn where the player's looking, and then you're not Sonic. Oh. Right, so how do we get to the rest of them? Ooh. I will get over this cough at some point, just not today, it seems. Oh, you have to run up there, right? With you now. I wonder if there is anything. Oh yeah, this is a tad frustrating as well as a ESC screen goes. I suppose again, if you're considering the VR stare at a menu option and it will do it type approach, then it might make sense. Do we not run up here? No? Okay. I am somewhat lost as to how one gains access to the other half of this sodding thing. There's obviously something that I am missing here that would allow one entry to the other half of this level. So I'm just going to throw my balls about and there's no logical explanation. Actually, that's a lie. There probably is a very logical one staring me right in the face. And for whatever reason, I just can't see it. Oh! Ah! Explore your level properly, you might find something useful. But I suppose that comes back to what I was saying about, whoa! This not necessarily being my area of expertise when it comes to gaming. You know what, sod it. I have scored sufficiently to proceed to the next area. Via my numerous balls. No, you will stand up. Stand up. That's better. Well, that seems like a good point to leave the video at. Before I make a complete muppet out of myself trying to do this. So there you have it, Kumoon, available for £4 or your regional equivalent, and possibly in whatever bundle I bought this in. I imagine it was probably one of the groupies ones, so you could go have a look there if you're interested, or just keep an eye on it, maybe pick it up later. Join me again next time when I'm sure we'll have another one of these games to have a look at, but for now, ta-ta.